Hello. We are from Ukraine. The Russian division has already lost 2 regiments. It became known about the great problems of the occupiers with ammunition. The division has already lost 2 regiments. It became known about the great problems of the occupiers with ammunition. During the war in Ukraine, the 144th Guards Motorized Rifle Division already lost 2 regiments, the 488th Motorized Rifle Regiment and the 59th Tank Regiment. And the occupiers from the 254th Motorized Rifle Regiment were issued ammunition unsuitable for shooting. This is stated in the report of the Chief of Artillery, Lieutenant Colonel Grashov, to his commander. The letter was published in the Spygun Dossier Telegram channel. Yes, Grachev writes that his unit received ammunition for use on the front line. A total of 80 units were issued to them. In addition, 30% of the cartridges have dents, 70% of detonators have no caps, 30% have the remaining caps jammed, all detonators are rusty, 20% of shells are rusty, 60% of the shells had their caps knocked off, that is, it is impossible to install detonators on them. In general, Grachev wrote, only 30% of the imported shells can be used and they misfire during firing. The division has already lost 2 regiments. It became known about the great problems of the occupiers with ammunition. Also, the General Staff of the Armed Forces said that prisoners are being recruited in the Russian Federation. They are offered to fight in exchange for the removal of criminal records. In addition, the recruitment of so-called reservists to the 3rd Army Corps continues. Among the already recruited personnel, there are many people who have drug and alcohol addiction. Sloviansk City. Sloviansk under constant shelling. Lyak told how the city lives. Russian occupation forces are constantly shelling the city of Sloviansk in the Donetsk region, where about 20,000 residents continue to remain. Today, September 14th, on the air of the Freedom TV channel, the head of the Sloviansk City Military Administration, Vadim Lyak, told about it. He noted that evacuation from the city was quite active from the very beginning. And if about 80,000 left, now about 20,000 remain. We can say that those who wanted to have already left. Now people are also leaving, about 50 people a day. Well, we see that now many people are returning, coming back. This is primarily due to the fact that people want to take warm things, especially those who left in the first wave, have been away for a long time, prepare their homes for winter, drain water, etc. We are currently observing this process, Lyak said. He noted that the city is constantly bombarded, which destroys the residential sector in particular, and it is precisely thanks to evacuation that people's lives can be saved. A hotline has been organized, where you can get all the instructions for going to safe places both in Ukraine and abroad. The head of the military administration reminded that there will be no heating in Donetsk region in winter. In addition, the entire system of housing and communal services is unstable due to constant shelling. Problems with gas, with water, with electricity are constant. Even if it is possible to fix them, we still understand that the arrival of flights, daily shelling with powerful weapons, all this is destroyed again. And that's why it's simply not necessary to talk about the stable operation of the housing and communal services system at all, Lyak said. He predicts that the city, where not all residents will leave anyway, will have to survive a very difficult winter. Yes, we are preparing. We are already working on ensuring that heating points will work in the city in case of sub-zero temperatures. I talked about it. We have the opportunity for this. Today, schools and kindergartens are equipped with boilers and generators. Also, these generators, pellet boilers, and wells have already been installed in hospitals so that they can work autonomously in case of such situations. But still, we see that any arrival means there is no electricity, and other types of services immediately disappear. We also see that today, yes, we managed to drive the enemy to a decent distance. It is pleasing, it lifts the mood, but the number of shelling of the city has not decreased. We see that the rockets are still flying and killing, Lyak said. At the same time in Russia. On Sakhalin, those who want to go to war against Ukraine have increased the amount of lifting to 300,000 rubles, which is equal to $5,000. In the Sakhalin region, a decision was made to increase the one-time payment for participation in aggression against Ukraine to 300,000 rubles. This is stated in the resolution of the regional government. In order to receive money, it is necessary to conclude a contract with the commander of the unit on Sakhalin from August 1 to December 31, 2022 for a period of 3 months or more. Next, the citizen must go to the war zone. The payment will come from the Ministry of Social Protection of the Sakhalin region in automatic mode. Earlier, 200,000 rubles were promised for signing the war contract. The Sakhalin authorities allowed foreigners to enroll in the volunteer battalion. This fact and the increase in the size of the lifts by 1.5 times indirectly indicate the failure of recruiting volunteers. As Ostrov wrote, the GUR of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported that the next rotation of Rashists will consist mainly of residents of the far east of the Russian Federation and Kamchatka. By design, they are better adapted to life in conditions of low temperatures and will be more effective in the winter period, the report says. In addition, residents of these depressed regions have a very low income level, so they are interested in receiving the money they are promised to pay for killing of Ukrainians, as the new recruits themselves say, "We won't earn that much in our lifetime," writes GUR. Thank you for watching. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to Ukrainian defenders.